So what are you holding on to in your life? Those countless boxes and knickknacks and things and projects and toys and clothing, shoes, bags, you name it. How long can we hold on to these things? And what are we really holding on to? That's the rub. So I've been on a little project for actually the past 10 years. And decluttering my life, getting rid of the things and the stuff around me. And it's a process. You can follow all the steps that you want. And you can still be stuck in the same position weeks, if not years later. And that's been me. So I did something that's, I'm going to say it's been about 1.5 years now. And that was my last big move, where I downsized, big giant house to a little house. And the problems with little houses is stuff. It's stuff. There's no place to put your stuff. And it kind of forces you to take a reality check, right? But I want to share something with you. One of the reasons, or I think a big reason why we're so hesitant to get rid of that stuff, all those little knickknacks and, the gift that your child gave you, when they were 6 years old, or the first ornament that they made, or, something that you got at your wedding. Why? What are we afraid of? I think that we're afraid of losing that, and there's nothing to replace it, right? I mean, when you think about it, it's not so much the item, but the memory or the moment. And does that mean that we won't have any more of those moments? And I have been grappling with that, and I think many of us grapple with that. Here's something that I've been holding on to for a long, long time. It's probably my oldest possession, right here. I know, it's weird, right? This is a brass bottle opener, and this was in the suitcase that my parents brought along with me when we came to America when I was only 2 or 3 years old. I just can't seem to let it go. The problem is, how many of these treasures do we have in our life? It gets a problem when they get to be too big, right? And they kind of encroach on your life and your feeling, and you feel suffocated. I know there are some other things besides the emotional attachment to things that can really harm you. And as you get older, I've learned this, is that the more stuff that you have, the more you have to take care of them. I mean, you have to either dust them, clean them, repair them, insure them, make room for them. You get it, right? If you have stuff, it has to be taken care of, or else it becomes bad stuff, right? So once you realize that you're expelling all this time and energy as you get older, it's a big wake-up call. And anyhow, it is for me. And maybe it can help you in knowing that if you can somehow get over this emotional attachment to these things, to the hoarding, to the what if I need this someday, or oh, this was so important to me. What if we could do that? Wouldn't that be something? You know what it might mean? It might mean we have time, or we create space for people or things that are fun and exciting, or newness and keeps our brain alive, or it could bring us happiness instead of worrying about the stuff and feeling an encroachment and an oldness and dustiness to our life. I mean, is that the reason? I knew for me it was the emotional attachment to things. It wasn't so much the thing or the things when I moved, when I had my big move a year and a half ago. So what I first did is It was easy. The stuff that was easy to do, to throw out, broken, beyond repair or out of date, I threw away or I gave away. And that was a lot of stuff. But then there were the knickknacks, right? The knickknacks and the clothes that were too beautiful but didn't fit anymore. The shoes that were so sexy, but I could only wear for about 3 seconds, The purses, all those lovely evening purses. You know what I'm talking about. As a woman, if you grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, yeah. All those cute little pocketbooks that, you would wear, or maybe once or twice a year to a wedding. So what did I do with all that stuff? It was hard to part with that. So you know what I did? I put them all in boxes and I marked them. Okay, here I am in phase 3, or maybe phase 4, of getting rid of stuff and decluttering my life so there's room for more. These were my leftover boxes that I couldn't really part with right away. And now, honestly, I'm not even sure I know what's in them. And at this point, I really don't care. Like, I know this is a big, giant doll. And there's other stuff here and collectibles and whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. Because you know why? Because I don't care anymore. I forgot. I have forgotten. I'm not emotionally attached so much anymore. It's not going to hurt me. I'm not going to dwell on it when I finally give this stuff away, or actually I'm planning to sell it. And winner take all. Let me give you an example, especially about collectibles. Those of us, again, that are in our 50s, 60s, and 70s and more, do you remember Hummels? Do you remember how they were the craze and so expensive, and a little piece, original from Germany and all, could be like hundreds of dollars? You can hardly give them away now. They're not that valuable anymore. And that's what the stuff in our life, I believe, is like. Is that, after a while, it really doesn't mean much anymore, because you know what you realize? You know what I've come to realize is that what's more important? Having the flexibility and the freedom to do what I want, when I want. Not having to clean it, not having to take care of it, not having to polish it, not having to fix it, make room for it, worry about it. Because who has that time now? And especially after 60 and after 70 or 80, you realize that we ain't got time for that stuff. What do we have time for? Making new friends, or really enjoying the relationships that we have, or nurturing more, or nurturing them, adventures, experiences. We're expending our energy wisely. So you're saying, hey, Reed, so what do you want me to do? Well, I'm going to let you know what I did, or have done. It's a process, but you start by separating stuff and giving away what you can. Honestly, there's nothing like a gift from someone, right? Well, give it away. Things that you can easily part with. That's the easy part. Give away, throw away, right? And then number 2 is, then you start to pack it up. Just pack it up. Just put it in the box, or in boxes, or in storage, and let it lay there for a little while. Depends on the items. For me, it took a little bit longer. And besides, I'm pretty lazy. It took me a year and a half of letting that stuff lay downstairs in my storage room. And now I'm really dispassionate about it. I can't believe it. It was like so important to me to have that stuff there and make sure that everything was all right with it and all. And now, honestly, I just don't care. Now, some things are really kind of important to us, right? Pictures, photographs, clippings, all that stuff. And even things that you give away. You know what I've done? I just take pictures of them now. I'm like, wow, isn't that a great idea? Look at this. I took a picture of all my old clippings of awards and things that I had accomplished in high school, right? Look at this. In college, look at this. This is an award that I got. Yeah. So instead of a box with all pictures and of things that get dusty, I just took a really nice picture of it and I put them in the box and it's ready to go. So I know it's hard. It's hard for me. I'm still on the emotional roller coaster a little bit. Like I still can't give away the bottle opener. I'm going to be keeping that one. But everything else, wow. It's like losing weight or a bad disease. Honestly, you're making room. You're making room to add new things and experiences and maybe even new stuff, you know? It's not so much that stuff is bad, but at least it's a new experience or something to add different joy in your life and you're not afraid anymore. I think that's a big reveal here. The big reveal is you're not afraid to be afraid anymore. You're not afraid that there won't be anything in your life. Just remember, you got you. I got you, babe. Remember that song? I got you. Please like and subscribe. It's free and it will help me.